Joe Rogan has recently shown major respect for Ilia Topuria, and it's got the whole MMA world talking. With hype building fast, many now believe Topuria could potentially overpower Charles Oliveira when they eventually clash in the octagon.
He fought this dude, Jai Herbert, and he went up to 155 for that fight. He gets head kicked 99 times out of 100. It's like the beginning of the end. He scrambled, got a hold of him. If he was standing up, Jai Herbert could have caught him with a bunch of other shots and put him away. Next round, sent him into the dark lands. I mean, literally slept him, face planted him, and walk-off KO. Topuria's terrified. But I like what you were saying. Topuria versus Oliveira.
Your first introduction at 55. He's kind of the,
Oliveira's so tall
and dangerous.
So dangerous everywhere. Dangerous striking, huge reach advantage.
Yeah. But if you're Topuria, you're not going to go up to 55 without some sort of guarantee. Because remember, he's giving up the belt, so he's not getting pay-per-view points.
But it's his idea.
Well, because the weight cut's too tough.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Ilia Topuria is one of the absolute best fighters in the world. He's the current UFC featherweight champion, and the dude is just phenomenal. One of the things that's phenomenal about him is his technique. His technique is perfect. No fat in his technique. There's no wasted movement. So when an opportunity presents itself, everything is so fast because the technique is so streamlined. Look at how he hits the pads. See how he's moving his head when the guy throws punches? The fucking speed of that. Look at the hand. Look at the hand speed. Incredible. I mean, if you know how difficult that is to do and do it that fast, I mean, these are like 5-6 punches a second.
For quite some time, fans have been arguing whether Ilia Topuria is truly the next unstoppable force in the lightweight division. And if there's anyone out there who can actually stand in his way,
I'm a different person. I feel that I'm like, my mind goes different, my thought process is different, everything is so different.
Yeah. So dangerous. When he hits you, it's different than anybody, especially with his hands. He's just boxing is so high level. Ilia has superior technique. His hooks are perfect. His distance management is perfect. He's just really, really good. And he's the new guard, right? Like every generation comes up with a new guy who's a new high water mark of technique. He doesn't have any disadvantages. He doesn't have any weaknesses, man. There's people that are thinking maybe he's the best pound for pound fighter alive. It's close. He might be the best.
Ilia happens to be a good friend of mine, and I've known him since his first UFC fight. And since he got in, I was telling the world, this guy's gonna be a champion. I don't know when, because Max had the belt and then Volkanovski, and I was like, those are tough asks of anybody. But brother, did he fucking above and beyond show me, man.
Because his confidence is next level.
Oh my God. And I've trained with him like numerous times. You know, when you go with somebody that's just like dense, it's not even that they're throwing hard, you're just working out, but you can feel like this dude, like his bones weigh extra fucking 50 pounds than everybody else, you know? Like he's just a dense fucker. So since I was like training with him, wrestling with him, I'm like, man, fuck, this guy hits like 170 pounds and he's 145. I was telling people that back then. So it's just, obviously in the fight, you don't know if he's gonna get to connect, but I always in the back of my mind, like, this guy connects on these 45 pounders, or he's gonna change him up. Because I remember feeling his power when I'm at 170, 3-4 weeks away from the fight. I'm like, this guy can crack, like for real, he can fucking crack.
Now that a showdown with Charles Oliveira is on the horizon, the buzz around Ilia Topuria has hit a whole new level. Joe Rogan didn't mince words. He labeled Topuria as one of the most electrifying and dynamic fighters he's come across in recent years. Rogan praised his razor-sharp, striking, fearless mindset and the calm, calculated way he breaks down every opponent that stands in his path.
Ilia Topuria, who's fighting Charles Oliveira at the end of the month, like that guy is insane. That guy's knocked out two of the greatest featherweights of all time, Volkanovski and Max Holloway. Nobody could knock those guys out in featherweight before, and he did it. And he did it, and he made it look easy. He made it look like they're like he's just on another level from everybody. And then now he's moving up to 155 pounds. He's like decided he cleared out that division. He's moving up. Like he's
insane. Yeah,
insane. There's guys like that their level is above everybody else's level. And with Ilia, it's everything. It's his submissions, his kicks, his punches, everything. He can do anything. I mean, he does everything perfect. All his technique is perfect. And he's fucking driven and ultra confident.
What are your thoughts on Ilia Topuria and Ilia Topuria as a fighter? How do you feel about just the overall fight?
É uma grande luta. Ele é um grande lutador, mas eu não preciso falar mais nada pra ninguém de quem eu sou, o que eu já fiz, né, que vai vendo do Cage. Essa chegou na oportunidade gigantesca. Vou nocaute esse cara. Essa é ela.
Who's gonna knock this guy out?
Could I get your read on how Topuria versus Oliveira plays out?
Man, that's one where your heart's telling you, Charles, and your brain's telling you Ilia. It's just that one's a coin flip. Can't count Charles out. Ilia's on an absolute tear. Charles does get hit, and Ilia cracks. That fight I am very excited for.
Many fans, that's all the confirmation they needed. Topuria might just be too young, too quick, and too precise for Oliveira's trademark pressure-heavy style. But don't write off Du Bronx just yet. Charles has been doubted more times than anyone can count. And time and again, he's proved the doubters wrong.
If Ilia Topuria fights Charles Oliveira on a pay-per-view, that's a big deal.
Oh, it's gonna be a banger fight.
They don't need to wait for an interim belt. They don't need to wait for an undisputed. So, yeah. I don't know how he's going to do it lightweight, though. Maybe you can speak on that. He's a smaller guy coming up.
It's a smaller guy coming up. It'll be interesting because he is bigger from when I heard him on the Joe Rogan podcast. Like 191, I think he was walking around. It's massive. So for him to cut to 145 seems almost like, how did he do that? But now that he's going up to 155, I always like when athletes go up.
That's Topuria, the former featherweight champion, coming up to 155 and taking on Charles Du Bronx Oliveira. And if you ask Ilia Topuria, this is just a mere formality because he is going to touch the chin of Du Bronx. He's going to touch Charles and his chin will explode.
I feel so powerful at 155. I'm going to touch his chin and it will explode.
That is the confidence that he has coming into this fight. That's the confidence that he has going into every single fight. Remember when he fought Volkanovski, he changed the bio on his Instagram to the featherweight champion of the world. Now, of course, he's calling out Islam Makhachev because he ducked him, he ran away from the division because he doesn't want to face him. And yeah, he's going up against Charles Du Bronx Oliveira. And as I said, in his mind, it's just a formality. He's going to touch him, he's going to drop him, he's going to knock him out, the chin's going to explode. Whatever you want to call it, he's very, very confident of getting a finish. And I'm not surprised. Out of all of his fights, only 2 have gone to...
Each time, he shuts the critics up in the only way he knows how, by embracing the chaos. Oliveira thrives in unpredictable, wild exchanges. He takes damage like it fuels him and fires back with even more intensity. And if he gets a hold of your neck, it's lights out. You're not getting out of that choke.
That's a dangerous fight. Marab calls it stupid to make Ilia Topuria fight Charles Oliveira before Islam Makhachev.
How was that?
Ilia Topuria says he got promised that he would fight for the title if he vacates.
By who? The security guard outside his room?
Yeah, he kind of hinted that he got promised that. I feel like Charles, Ilia...
That'd be fucking fire.
I think Ilia might batter him. The way Charles comes forward with those reckless knees...
And he's got the chin floating up high too.
Stands up tall like a really tall Muay Thai guy, and Ilia's like a low boxer. That's a dangerous fight for Charles.
Why? It's not fair for 155 pounds.
Right.
But if he move up and he beat somebody like Charles Oliveira, of course.
Yeah.
And I think, you know what I think?
Yeah.
I think he can beat him.
Yeah.
Yo, Henry.
Woo! Tell that ain't fire kush.
Hey, 100%. This is exactly how I feel. Exactly how I feel. Yes, I do believe Ilia Topuria can win that fight. You see it. Charles Oliveira gets hurt in a lot of fights and he gets dropped in a lot of fights. And so now you throw in a guy like Ilia that doesn't just hurt you, he will get you out of there, that mixes up the attack, goes to the body, goes to the head. I think Ilia is the favorite in that fight. Taking nothing away from Charles Oliveira. Charles is very, very dangerous and Charles is very, very good. But I think Ilia is a favorite in that fight. And I think 100% he goes out there and he gets through Charles Oliveira, 100%, he's next for that.
Some believe that Ilia's sharp technique and youthful energy will be enough to stop Charles from pulling him into those dangerous late-round battles. But others argue that Topuria hasn't yet faced the kind of wild, unpredictable storm that Oliveira brings, both on the canvas and in those chaotic stand-up exchanges.
Hey, that is not right.
To be the world champion that defended 3 times, has more submissions than anyone in UFC history, and he's a minus 370 favorite.
Who do you think wins, Ilia or Charles?
Interesting matchup. The both guys has changed. Like if Ilia hit Charles Oliveira head, so he can knock him down for sure. But I think Oliveira is so big for him and for all-rounder fighter, and I think Oliveira will win this fight.
Если сейчас боец, ты с ним вроде как давно знаком, он тренировался в Альстаре вместе, вот до еще его всей известности. Когда вот тренировки ты его видел, ты видел этот потенциал будущий?
Ну, конечно, просто тогда, в то время, этот был он хорошим топовым бойцом Брейви, как я, мы там выступали. Видно было по нему, что он такой пахарь и хочет добиться чего-то в своей жизни. И парень добился всех высот, которые можно увидеть в этом спорте.
Like Ilia, like obviously Ilia fighting Charles is a better matchup for him than him fighting than Islam.
I heard so many things that Charlie was very hurt in that first fight, but he had to take the fight in Abu Dhabi. He tried to pull out the UFC kind of pressure him to get the fight. I gotta see that rematch, you know. I gotta see. Let's see. This guy 100% what he's gonna do against Islam, but he's a very different matchup. One guy's a boxer, the other one is a high level grappler. But so Topuria is still a good grappler, but no kicks, it's different, very different.
Behind the scenes, this is the kind of matchup that sparks serious buzz among both fans and fighters. On the surface, it looks like a classic striker versus submission specialist clash, but the truth is, both men are well-rounded. Topuria's grappling game doesn't get enough credit and could catch Oliveira off guard if he rushes a takedown. At the same time, Charles's unpredictable flurries might push Ilia's chin harder than anyone ever has.
Standing there upright like you're saying, and when he gets inside, he's going to use that boxing, and Charles' head's going to be up, and Ilia's got a really good way of connecting with that chin on the inside. Really, really nice. Just like what he did with Volk, you know, and I think if Charles doesn't get him up the middle with knees or front kicks up the middle, he's going to have a hard time with his boxing against him, and he's going to have a hell of a time trying to take him down.
Right now, the buzz around Topuria is off the charts. He's young, unbeaten, and carries the kind of confidence that convinces fans he's destined to rule the lightweight division. But Charles Oliveira has made a name for himself by crushing the hype over and over again. He's walking into this fight with nothing to lose and everything to gain. One thing's certain, whether he wins or not, Ilia Topuria is about to discover if he truly belongs at the summit of the lightweight division, and Oliveira is the perfect storm to put him to the test.